नित्यानन्देश्वरसमारम्भां नित्यानन्देश्वरिमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम्। I welcome all of you with my love and respects. I welcome all the devotees, disciples, Samajis, Satsangis, Sri Mahans, Mahans, Tanedars, Kotaris, sitting with us through Nityananda TV, Sadhana TV, Ara TV, and two-way video conferencing, having Nayana Diksha. The cities sitting with us through two-way video conferencing, having Nayana Diksha. Surrey, Canada, Madurai, North San Antonio, Rajapalayam, Chicago, Hyderabad, Dubai, Hong Kong, Trinidad, Charlotte, San Antonio, Texas, Minot, North Dakota, Singapore, Singapuram, Winston-Salem, Doncaster, UK, Vancouver, Bhubaneswar, St. Louis, Tirumala, Indrani, New Jersey, Hyderabad, Guptakashi, Los Angeles, Hollywood, and China, Charlotte, Srisailam, Toronto, Tirukailayam, Seattle, Chidambaram, Kuala Lumpur, Palani, Guadalupe, Rameshwaram, St. Louis, Tirumala, Ohio, Los Angeles, Arunachalam, Oman, Sivagangai, Kulim, Diruttani, and Malaysia, Chennai, Thiruvanmiyur, and lot more cities. I welcome all of you with my love and respects. Let's enter into third verse of Isavasya Upanishad. I'll continue to expand on it because so many questions need to be answered, so many answers need to be questioned. Asurya namate lokaha antena tamasavrutaha taguste pretyabhigachanti eke chatmahano janaha. Asurya namate loka antena tamasavrita taguste pretyabhigachanti eke chatmahano janaha. Listen, Atmahana, saying no to life, leads to the lower levels of existence, dussanga, company of the lower level people, I tell you, that is the hell. That is the hell. Company of the lower level people, because they will somehow brainwash you to get into their space, and they will make you do what they want to do. Finally, they will put you in trouble, then they will escape because they are very shrewd. They will escape so that they will go and hunt the other person. One fellow, very popular preacher of suicide theology, he will preach, teach, literally mesmerize, hypnotize everyone to commit suicide. And a lot of people have started committing suicide. Teaching death is very easy, you see. That is why all death-based concepts spread wild, like a wildfire. All the death-based religions, concepts, killing yourself and killing others, they spread like a wildfire. But the life-based religions, concepts, takes a lot of time. The best life-based religion in toto, 100% is Jainism. The pure life-based religion, ahimsa and life, saying yes to life. But how much struggle that religion has to go through to spread? Or actually, there is no followers. Literally, there is no followers of Jainism. That's the truth. Except a handful of monks, few people. Because it is life-based. Doesn't spread that widely. But all death-based concepts, they just spread like a wildfire. Please understand, billions of animals are killed every year for our food. Still, I can't imagine. How will you kill somebody for your snack? How will you kill somebody for your snack? It takes a lot of time to accept life-based truths, understandings. It's very easy to receive and teach, spread death-based ideas and concepts, because it is all agitating. Agitation is misunderstood as excitement. This suicide theology fellow, he spread so much and people commit suicide. Somebody asked, why are you not committing suicide? You are teaching to so many people. He said, no, if I die, then who will teach this idea and make more and more people commit suicide? Dussanga, understand, biggest warning this Upanishad is giving is Dussanga, the wrong company. Asurya namate loka antena tamasavrita taguste pretyabhigachanti yeke chatmahano janaha. Asurya namate loka antena tamasavritaha taguste pretyabhigachanti yeke chatmahano janaha. Lower grade worlds, abodes of demonic people, Asurya, Asuras. Understand? Once, when I was in the Ramakrishna mission, I met a very senior sadhu. A great tapasvi. His name is Nandananda. Swami Nandananda ji. Great tapasvi. Very rarely I have seen tapasvi of his caliber. Actually, he has little difficulty in hearing. Not little, lot of difficulty. Literally he can't hear. So but he's such beautiful, innocent being. He's almost like a deaf grandfather of the whole family. If there is a deaf grandfather in the family, how these grandkids will tease him and play around him and go near him, shout, scream, and make fun. He can't hear, so he will be screaming and running around, chasing. So he was exactly the deaf grandfather of the family. We small young brahmacharis will be running around him and teasing him, playing with him. He was such an innocent being and such a loving being, caring being. He will enjoy the whole thing. Just all by himself, walking from village to village, he established Ramakrishna Sangha in whole Andhra. So much he has done. Just by walking from village to village, he will take Ramakrishna's photo on his head and go from village to village and establish the Sangha. In whole Andhra he has established Ramakrishna Sangha. When I met him, he was already well above 90. There is every possibility he can be even still alive, because there was no sign of death in him. And I have not heard the news he left the body. There is a possibility he would have left the body and I have not received the news, or there is a possibility he has not left the body. At least when I met him, there was no sign of death in him. And I am 100% sure he has achieved Bhava Samadhi. Means he can converse with, he can talk to Sri Ramakrishna directly. Because I have seen him fulfilling the people's prayers by talking to him, talking to Sri Ramakrishna. Actually, when people ask him, the village people come to him and ask him any prayers, he will note that in Telugu. He is from Andhra, basically, born in Andhra, but I think brought up in North. Anyhow, he can write Telugu. He will note that down in Telugu, and when he comes and sits in the room, when he gets into that Bhava Darshana, Bhava, it means when he starts doing japa and meditation, when he gets into Bhava, I used to help him, assist him. Sadhu Seva is one of the greatest part of my lifestyle. With all my work, I will never miss serving any elderly sadhu whom I come in contact. From the time I know, I remember me, Sadhu Seva, serving the sadhus was an important component of my life. It is the instruction from Kuppammal, hey, serve the sadhus, you will be served 1,000 times better. And the word always came true. The word always came true. Now I can say, I am the most served living guru on the planet Earth. Not with any pride or arrogance. I can be very straightforward. Most served, most attended, most literally, physically worshipped. The whole thing is just because of the sadhu seva I did. Understand? Never miss serving elderly sadhus, especially when you know them, they are honest sadhus. They are sincere sadhus. They might be enlightened or unenlightened. They might be in the various levels of enlightenment, various levels of samadhi. But if you know them, that they are sincere sadhus, never miss serving them. So I used to serve him. In the night time, he will ask for a little hot water and all that. And one problem with the people who have a less hearing is they will think we also can't hear, so they will speak very loudly. They will speak very loudly. From his room, if he calls, I can listen from my room, which is almost 100 feet away. Koka! He'll call like that only. Koka means small boy. I am the youngest in my batch. So, actually, when I was accepted in the mutt, I was a minor. Minors are usually not accepted. Legally, you have to be a major. That 18 years, but I did not complete my 18 years, but they accepted me. So I was called as Koka. And he will scream. When I run to his room, he will ask for a little hot water. Very simple person. Not much things needed. Just little hot water to drink in the night, and very rarely he will ask for one banana. And very simple person. So when I give the hot water and wait for him to, I used to wait some time, that if he wants to give some instruction or if he wants to ask something further. So that time I have seen him getting into that Bhava Samadhi, and he will start talking to Ramakrishna. He will start talking to Ramakrishna. Please understand, he was not in any delusion or illusion, because he will ask me, hey, bring that paper from the table. There was a small table nearby. I'll bring that paper and give it to him, and whatever devotees have asked him, he would have penned down in that paper. He will ask one by one. And whenever he comes and stays in Mylapore Mutt, that around that place there are few slums, city slums. There is Kabali Nagar, the Deer Kuppam, and Ramakrishna Nagar. From those slums, people will come to see him. He was well known for fulfilling the prayers of people. So they will come to see him, and he will tell Ramakrishna that this person wanted his daughter to get admission in the college. Will it happen? When it will happen? Just like talking to us, he will talk to him. And then he will pick up a pen and, oh, okay, it will happen, all right. Now he will tick, so that next day he will, when those devotees come, he will explain to them, he will tell them. I have seen this whole scene personally. End to end means when devotees come to him and talk to him, how he notes down, and the night time, how he sits and talks to Ramakrishna and notes down the Ramakrishna's answer. And then next day when the devotees come again, he will call them and pick up that paper and slowly read one by one with his loud voice. He will explain. Thakur bolche, he will mix Bengali also into his Telugu, Tamil, all mixed language. He has his own language. And he knows some 4 or 5 languages, so he will mix all that. And Thakur bolche means Ramakrishna said, and he will explain. At least whatever I have seen, not even one case failed. One reply he got back failed, and it will very precise, not collective or superficial, rough, no, very precise. I am a great Vedanti, I will not believe any of this that easily. For me, only my gurus are enlightened. I will not bend, bow down in front of anything, anybody. So I tested 2-3 times. And I used to take him to that shop where his hearing aids are made. And so I used to travel with him. Closely also, when I sit next to him also, I will watch. Is he really achieved Bhava Samadhi? Or is he just having some illusion or delusion? But continuously I have seen him being in that space of joy and innocence. Finally, one day I was very clear. I mean, all my doubts are clear that I am 100% sure he is in Bhava Samadhi and he really talks to Sri Ramakrishna and he really gets the response. That much I realized. I understood. Nandanandaji was actually even in Madurai Ramakrishna Math. He spent a lot of time in Madurai Ramakrishna Math also. And he will go and talk to Sundareshwara also. He will go to temple and stand in the Garbha Mandir and talk to Sundareshwara. One day I was really convinced about his greatness, and he is established in Bhava Samadhi. I asked him, Swamiji, you are talking to Sri Ramakrishna for the sake of everyone. Can you tell me, what should I ask Ramakrishna? What you ask for him, from him, for you. You tell me, I want to ask the same thing for me, from him. Because if you are talking to him, then you know best what should be asked from him. You would have asked that for you. You tell me that I want to ask the same thing for me, from him, through you only, but you tell me, what should I ask? What's the best thing to be asked from Bhagavan, Sri Ramakrishna? He usually will speak loudly. Suddenly he just pulled my hand and pulled me near him and started telling very lightly. Means, I think he's trying to convey something very secret. Ask Bhagavan always to have good company and never you should get into bad company. That's all you need to ask. Never you should be attracted to bad people and bad company. You should always be with the good people and good company. Have only good people, satsanga. Never you should be influenced, attracted by bad people. That's all I ask him for me. I will ask the same for you also. That's it. I tell you. Still I remember the power of those words. It may look very superficial and simple for you guys. Only if you know the context, the situation. A man who can talk to God directly every night as he wants says, I think I should ask only this. Let me not have bad people's company who influence me wrongly, I tell you. Bad people's company is such they can even steal, rob Guru in your life who happened after janmas of tapas, understand? After hundreds and hundreds of births, your prayers, your tapas, your fasting, your meditating, a living Guru happens in your life. The bad company. Asurya namate loka antena tamasavrita. These people, asuras, the company of the asuras, bad people, can take away, rob even the greatest happening, that Guru, from your life. Be aware, be careful, be aware, be careful. Asurya namate loka. Nandanandaji, that Swamiji said, whether when I am living or after death, don't allow bad people company to happen to me. That's all I wanted. He used to tell me. I told Thakur, if he doesn't give me health, I have no problem. If he doesn't give me wealth, I have no problem. I don't want name and fame. I don't ask anything. I don't want anything. Whatever he gives, he gives. If he doesn't want to give, if he doesn't want to give. I ask him only one thing. Let me have satsanga. Let me never have dussanga. Let me not have bad company who move me away from spiritual lifestyle. Dussanga is the worst curse, I tell you. Because even you falling into depression or slipping from spiritual lifestyle, spiritual practice is not crime, it may be mistake. But you can, if you have a good company, you can recover and come back. But company of the bad people is blunder, blunder, blunder. Understand? They will be so enchanting, enticing. I tell you, always the bad people will be enticing because they are encouraging all your basic instincts. They are encouraging all your agitative excitements. They don't let the maturity happen. So the company of bad people is the blunder. Asurya namate loka antena tamasavrita. Today's subject for Vakyartha Sadas is Satsanga and Dussanga. What is Satsanga? What is Dussanga? How Satsanga does good? How Dussanga does bad? Asurya namate loka antena tamasavrita. This line, Asurya namate loka antena tamasavrita. This line is the subject for Vakyartha Sadas. Today's Vakyartha Sadas. Company of good people, not having the company of bad people. Asurya namate loka antena tamasavrita taguste pretyabhigachanti eke chatmahano janaha. Understand? Good company. Just good company is enough. You will become enlightened. What else has happened in the Shivoham process? Whole Shivoham process happened in Cambodia, going to happen in Varanasi. Is all just satsanga. Sit with the master. Simply the enlightenment happens. Shivoham experience flowers. Especially Varanasi, Murti, Tirtha, Sthala, all the three. Tirtha, the Ganga. In Kamikagama, Mahadeva says, Ganga is the ever pure water. In the Bhasma Snana Vidhi, he says, just like Ganga is ever pure water, Bhasma is ever pure. Ganga, Tirtha, Sthala. What better Sthala you will get than Varanasi? His very own address. If Kailasa is his address, Varanasi is his bedroom. It is his private quarters. If Kailasa is his address, Varanasi is his private quarters. What better place you will find? And Achala Murti, Viswanatha, Sachala Murti, Gurudeva. And the concept you are going to work is Shivoham. Actually, when you start the program only, you will even chant Shivoham. You will end up as Shiva, Shiva, Shiva. Because Aham will not be there to tell even Shivoham. It will end up as Shiva, Shiva. Satsanga. 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 Asurya namate lokaha antena tamasavrita taguste pretyabhigachanti eke chatmahano janaha. I'll continue to expand. And tagunste pretyabhigachanti eke chatmahano janaha. Pretyabhi means after death. Pretyabhi, after death. Listen. Whoever does Atmahana, killing the Atman, after death, they get into the space where negative people live. It's a simple truth. Same frequency attracts same frequency. Birds of same feathers flock together, that's all. It's a simple fact. Nothing mystical about it. And if you are a negative person, you will not be happy even in satsang. You will get only negative people and what, do you know what he is doing? Do you know what he is doing? Do you know what she is doing? Only with that kind of talk you will also be comfortable. Yes. Wow, I feel so relieved. And she is such a nice person and such a good friend. And same way, if you are a person aligned to the truth and for life, spirituality, you will feel comfortable only with those kind of friends. I tell you, this one statement, tell about who is your friend, with whom you are hanging out, I'll tell about you. This is the ultimate sutra. I think this can be even added into Upanishads. Now I can tell in our Sangha, based on who is walking with whom, who is hanging out with whom, who is sitting with whom, who is talking with whom, just with that I can tell whether this fellow is going to be evolving or he is going to be disappearing soon, running away soon. I can very clearly tell. Same way among devotees also. Who hangs out with whom and who takes selfie with whom and puts it in the Facebook. Now with that I know very clearly it is going to pass or fail. Understand? Pretyabhigachanti. After death, where you are going to go, prepare yourself for that. The best place to prepare yourself for the journey of after death is Varanasi. Actually, this Varanasi inner awakening is going to be the experience of Upanishads, literally. Literally the experience of Upanishads. And the construction of Varanasi ashram and Gurukul is happening in super fast speed. Inner awakening program itself may not be held in the Varanasi ashram now, but we may be inaugurating, at least installing the deity in the Varanasi Gurukul. Asuryanamate loka antena tamasavrita tagunste bretyabhigachanti eke chatmahano janaha. Understand? Yesterday I was expanding on how saying yes to life raises you, saying no to life disturbs you. I was explaining about Vairagya. Listen, I wanted to add something further. If you feel the sensory pleasures of your life, saying no to it is saying no to life. And when the life teaches you, sensory pleasures are not ultimate, move, not ready to learn that lesson is also saying no to life. Listen. Whenever life gives you the experience, sensory pleasures are not ultimate. Come on, come next. Move forward, move further. Let your pleasures be matured. Let your aspirations be matured. And And you saying, no, no, I think that is too much risk I have to take. I think it's okay, I'm here, good. That is again saying no to life. Saying no to the evolution of life is saying no to life. If you are confused, now, if I say yes, am I saying yes to my passions and yes to my sensory pleasures? Or should I say yes to my maturity, evolution? I think life is also told me many times that sense pleasures are not ultimate. It is asking me to get matured. What should I do? Always, even if you think it is going to be mistake, decide for maturity. Because even if it's a mistake, it's the right side to err. Right side to err. Err on the right side. So understand, lot more thinking through is required about this concept of saying yes to life. That is why I insist on Vakyartha Sadas. All the seekers should either listen or participate in Vakyartha Sadas. I tell you, in Vakyartha Sadas, so much of Vada Pradivada, listening, internalizing, exploring happens. The beauty of Vakyartha Sadas is it makes even your body matured. Listen, not just mind. Your body gets matured. Whenever you do intense yoga, kriya, pranayama, don't think just your body gets matured. Your mind too gets matured. When you work on the body, mind also gets matured. When you do Vakyartha Sadas, body also gets matured. In all our ashrams, the sound of the mantras in the temple and the smell of the Goshala and the sound of food being cooked in the large quantity and served freely, and sound of the bell ringing in the temple, and the sound of the Vakyartha Sadas should be continuously heard. All this should be the brand of Nityananda Sangha ashrams. Asurya namate loka antena tamasavrita tagunste pretyabhigachanti eke chat mahano janaha. Kill the Atma. Who does Atmahana? They get into the space of demons. The hells coerced by blinding darkness and all the negative qualities of tamas. So wake up, decide for life. Never give up. Come what may, look through it. You will see the light in the other side of the tunnel. However long the tunnel may look, you will see the light on the other side. Don't give up. And I have the right to tell that word experientially. Don't give up. As Hindus, we have the right to tell that word, don't give up. After being beaten so much, attacked so much, understand? I am not even talking about 3000 years. Just last 300 years, the amount of Hindus killed, tortured, abused just because of our faith, our way of life. After all that, we are still standing and we have a right to say, don't give up. And I tell you, after all this torture, we are made to believe our own upper caste has killed our own lower caste. That is the peak of crime. After being destroyed, the remaining few of us are made to believe no outsider killed, you guys killed each other. Because we are seeing so many dead bodies all around. How to dispose? What to do? Who killed it? Who did it? No, you guys did it amongst yourself when you are sleeping. When you are sleeping, you rolled on that person, he rolled on you, and he got killed. This is the story we are told. Anyhow, all this we withstood. We have not given up. It's time for us to win. We won't give up, and we will teach people not to give up. Because we have faced all the worst situations where anybody would have given up and we did not give up. We have a right to tell you guys, don't give up. Always decide for life. Always decide for life. Always decide for life. Asurya namate loka antena tamasavrada tagunste prityabhigachanti eke chatmahano janaha. Those who do atmahana, deny life, get into the worst abodes filled with negative people and negativity.